The Modern Man tutorials. Approaching a female at the gym, or approaching females in general. You typically don't want to approach them when they're busy doing something, because more likely that thing they're doing is what they're going to use to reject you. They're going to use that as a reason for you not to talk to them, because they're busy, right? So you want to catch them when they're not busy. You want to catch them when they're not doing something, and then speak to them, because then they can't say, "Well, I'm walking, so I'm busy walking, so you know what I mean." Like, because you can walk and talk, right? So she can keep walking. You're not stopping her from walking, right? She's walking, you're walking, and you're talking. Now, pro tip, right, or advice from my personal experiences, and most guys' experience as well, is you want to ask a question. Don't approach with a compliment, even if a lot of females in your life told you that that's what you want to do is give her a compliment. It doesn't work. Compliments can come later, but first and foremost, you don't want to give her a compliment. The reason why is because every guy that typically approach her gives her a compliment. So you're nothing special if you just walk up and give her a compliment. She already gets too many compliments, so don't add to it, right? You want to ask a question, something that it would be hard for her to ignore, because you asked a question. Like, what time is it? What is that you're drinking? Especially, if you notice that that's what she's doing. She's drinking, just chilling there as if she's waiting for somebody, and you come and approach her, and then you ask her what she's drinking. More likely she says water or something. If she gives you attitude and whatnot, okay, well, that's part of her personality. If you like that, that's on you. But, if she's giving you attitude, then, tread cautiously, right? Don't try to make it worse if she catches an attitude, right? You could walk off like, all right, oh, this is cool, and then just like walk away, like, right? Be nice about it is what I'm saying, because being nice when someone's being an asshole to you makes them feel guilty. It's like, damn, that person was just being nice, and here I am being an asshole. And you know how females are, how they feel, right? And they don't want to feel negative, bad. They don't want to feel like they're a bad person, because they always want to think that they're good, and they want everybody to think they're good. So that if you are being nice to them while they're being an asshole to you, and then that's it, and that's the end of the interaction, then they'll regret it. If you know females as well as I do, they always regret stuff. So they'll regret and feel bad about being an asshole to you, right? And then, so that's why, do your best, right? Always be on your best behavior. That always works best with the ladies. The other thing is, like I said, ask a question, because by asking a question, you're putting them in a position where it's about them. Obviously, they're self-centered. Even if they disagree with that, it's true. They're self-centered, so everything is always about them. So when you ask them a question, it automatically makes it about them, right? And humans in general, not just females, humans in general, when they're asked a question, they tend to want to give an answer, because they don't want to, feel rude or anything like that. And then it's an intellectual thing, answering the question. It becomes an intellectual thing. It's like, oh, you ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. So that's the thing. Any question you ask her, she's going to have an answer. You ask her for her opinion. Lady, how females are, they're definitely going to have tons of opinions. So you just gotta, so your best bet always is to ask a question when you approach a lady. That's why even something as simple as like, hey, what's your name? But what works better, instead of asking what's her name, because typically that's the most common question most guys ask, what's your name? And then they try to introduce themselves, blah, 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 right? Is to ask her, what she's doing, or, where did she get that outfit, or, did she pay a lot for that outfit or whatnot? Like, you want to make it where it's something she can answer. Don't ask her a question she can't answer, like what's the 51st state or some bullshit. She might not know the answer to that. Ask her a question that she can answer. So obviously, not just any random question. It has to be something she could answer. And then go from there, right? Obviously, you can keep asking a couple more questions, because that will help you keep the conversation going. And then at some point, she's going to try to ask you questions, then you answer, and that's how you talk. It's normal human conversations, but like I said, when it comes to females, typically asking a question is the the most common way to get things started. If she doesn't want to answer your questions and she's giving you attitude and this and that, it's like, all right, well, be polite and walk away. Because trust me, being polite and walking away has its benefits, right? Because it gives you at least a second chance. It's the whole "don't burn your bridges" concept. Just because she rejected you doesn't mean you might not have another shot next time, right? All right, she rejected you now, but there's only but so many times she's going to reject you. At some point, she'll be like, oh, you know what? I need attention. Oh, wait, wasn't this guy trying to holler at me before? And she'll give you a shot. So don't take a no as a permanent no. But no does mean no, guys. Always remember that. But don't take it as a permanent no. Females have a habit of changing their mind. Even when they say yes to something, they could always change it to a no. So they can change a no to a yes, so keep that in mind. So what else? Don't, approach her, like I said, while she's working out. Approach her when she's not doing something, when she's, during her rest period or something like that. And then try not to take up too much of her time, right? You don't want to waste her rest period because, she's trying to work out. So again, just a little FYI, but I would recommend more. What works more is you wait for her to finish her routine, and when she's on her way out, that's when you can walk by. Plus, you're justified by walking close to her and her direction, because that's the way out of the gym, right? She's going out, you go out, and in the parking lot, you can say hi, how you doing? Ask her, like I said, ask her a question, and go from there. If, like I said, she doesn't want to stop and talk or even talk at all, then, you can just, go back in the gym and continue your routine, right? But yeah, that's what I would do. Give it a try. It doesn't hurt to try to holler after they leave. You could try to holler before they get in the gym. Like if you see them in the parking lot, you can say, hi, how you doing? Like I said, ask a question and try to go that way. And you never know. You might end up, working out together, which might end up working out, if you know what I mean, right? So keep stuff like that in mind. You don't want to make things awkward. You always want to try to make things better in your life. And you don't want to inconvenience other people. That's just common courtesy, right? You want her attention. You're not going to get her attention by being an asshole. You're not going to get her attention by, inconveniencing her. You want to make the interaction as pleasant as possible, as convenient as possible. So try not to be inconvenient. Because like I said, most guys, already you try to shoot a shot and they already make it hard for somebody to shoot their shot because of the way they typically approach. So you want to approach differently. You want an approach that's a little bit more natural, an approach that's a little bit more reasonable. Because sometimes guys try too hard. Like they'll try to use pickup lines. So they'll try to pre-plan what they're gonna say to the chick, hoping that if they say that the right things in the right order, that's how they're gonna get it. Gonna get her. They're gonna pull her through this combo of words. It's like, nah. Females are pretty simple. Words do work, yes, of course, but it's sometimes how you say it, not what you say, and also what you say is supposed to give her certain feelings. And if you're saying certain words, certain things that make her feel like you're a creep, a loser, a misogynist, or all the shit you hear on the internet, right? Then yeah, don't be surprised she rejects you if you're giving her creep vibes or misogynist vibes or that kind of stuff, right? So the idea is to have a positive interaction with her. So the only way you're going to have a positive interaction is if everything you do and say has a positive vibe to it, right? So approach her at the right time instead of the wrong time. The wrong time is when she's busy. The right time is when she's not busy, and you could say something and approach her, and it seems a little bit more natural, and then go from there. So I give it a try. Worst case scenario, you end up in jail.